this?
Mommy.
Okay, calm down. Hold on.
No.
Okay.
No. No. No.
Okay, calm down. No hitting. Hey, no hitting. You're kicking. Okay, look at me. Okay. Alright. Hey Jace, let's be all done. Okay. You want to be all done? You want to snuggle with mommy?
Baby dancing. Baby dancing. No.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
I see Daddy.
Dream. Then we come to realize wonder can be real.
Hey, don't hit me, please.
He's trying to hit
How do you feel?
Okay, Jace, say how you feel. Stop. Stop. Look at me. He's just focused on the camera now because he can see it.
So we are 2 days off antibiotics, and he usually always has kind of a rough day or two when we go off antibiotics, but by day 3 he's usually doing better. Tonight he was really wanting to play with the tablet right at bedtime. We said no, and he has just been in hysterics in his room ever since. So you can hear him behind me screaming. This is pretty typical of when he's in a flare, of putting him to bed and just listening to him for hours sometimes. So anyway, I just want to document this. If he is not doing better by Wednesday, we'll go back in and have him re-swabbed to see if we have another infection going on, or if we just didn't kill the original infection, and probably put him back on antibiotics, because he was doing really great the whole time he was on antibiotics, and literally the day after we went off antibiotics, this started. So this is kind of the up and down of P.A.N.D.A.S. It's just a roller coaster. So I just got back from the doctor. I had to take Jace and his twin brother in for their well child visit, and I was happy to go in anyway because Jace has been in a flare ever since we went off the Augmentin that he was on the last few weeks. He had his last dose on the 14th, and that was 4 days ago, and every single day he's gone downhill. Today he had to stay home from school, and he's been super aggressive all day long, and this doctor's visit was horrible. I took Jefferson and Jace and his little sister Caitlin, and you know, we get there and he walks right in. He runs over to an old man that is sitting in the waiting room and just slaps him right in the face and starts laughing hysterically. So I ran over and grabbed Jace, and apologized to the man and got mad at Jace and tried to get Jace to apologize, and he just kept laughing and wouldn't apologize. And so I'm sure the man thinks that I'm a terrible mother and that this kid is crazy and out of control, and I apologized again, and he just gave me a dirty look and ignored me. So we waited to be called back. The nurse comes, calls us back, opens the door, and Jace takes off running. And he runs down the hall and into a doctor's appointment room and hides behind the table and is laughing hysterically, and I can't get to him. I have to climb over the table to reach back and pull him out. So then we go into not the waiting room, we go into a room where we're waiting to see the doctor, and I've got the 3 kids, and it's hot, and I'm trying to keep Jace still, and he grabs a rubber glove, fills it with water, and spills it all over the room, and is shaking it, and there's water all over the room, and he hits his little sister a couple times, so she's crying. He pulls my hair. It's just not good. So then the doctor comes in. He can see that I've lost my patience and that Jace is going crazy, so he decides to check Jace first. And so he puts Jace on the table, and of course, Jace's usual experience at the doctor is getting swabbed and getting shots, because that's pretty typical for a visit for Jace. But today we weren't doing that, and no matter how much I told him we weren't going to swab him or give him shots, he thought that's what we were going to do. So he's freaking out, won't lay down. The doctor just wants to feel around on his stomach and make sure everything looks okay and stuff, and he is just hysterical and fighting us, and we had to get a nurse, and it takes 3 of us to lay him down and get him checked. So then his twin brother sees this and assumes that we did something to hurt Jace. So then he's freaking out, and while Jefferson normally is compliant, he panics and is fighting us and crying hysterically the whole time he's getting checked. So everyone's crying. So then the doctor thinks that he's going to make some rubber balloons out of the rubber gloves, the doctor's gloves. So he blows up some balloons, gives them to the kids. They're all happy. And then Jace grabs every single balloon super fast, bites it, and pops a hole in it. And so then everyone's crying again. So it was a disaster. It was a mess. But the doctor could clearly see that Jace is in a flare. So we're going back on his antibiotics tonight, and we're going to just leave him on for a while. So hopefully, we have the same results with the augmentin we did a few weeks ago, and he'll be doing well again in 24 to 48 hours. I got a little video clip of Jace in the doctor's office, but I didn't videotape the worst of it because I had my hands full trying to hold him and restrain him. So I have a little clip for you, but not a ton. And a couple clips from the last few days of just him kind of going downhill and having tantrums. Some of his tics that literally when we put him on the omega-3s, his tics went away like super fast. And we were all shocked because he started talking a lot and his tics like disappeared. And his major tics that he has are eye blinking and throat clearing. And I haven't seen him in months. And then all of a sudden in the last couple of days, when he had a tantrum and when he's like really upset, his tics come out more. And I did see both of those in the last couple of days when he was throwing a tantrum. He's been kind of OCD about his clothes again, and he's refused to eat meals a few times. He's still eating a little bit, but only certain things. So anyway, that's an update. That's where we're at now. Hopefully you're all doing well. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm not a doctor, just a mom, but I'm willing to help and let you know what I know if I can. And I hope that your kids are doing good. So, thanks.
Can I
let go? Are you going to be naughty?
No, yes, no, I'm touching her. Okay. Okay, let's do happy naughty